Life provides chances to open your heart all the time. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone. No one else has ever opened doors for me. I opened them myself. People who keep stiff upper lips find that it's damn hard to smile. I would never die for my beliefs, because I might be wrong. Unless you enter the tiger's lair, you cannot get hold of the tiger's cubs. Truth is a straight line you sometimes need to curve. You should know that by now. We don't have to defeat any individual but our own self. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. A single death is a tragedy. 1,000,000 deaths is a statistic. Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. Bloom as if you want to make the whole world beautiful. The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. A petty thief is put in jail. A great brigand becomes a ruler of a nation. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. And there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. No one dies of fatal truths nowadays. There are too many antidotes. All men know the utility of useful things, but they do not know the utility of utility. Receive with simplicity everything that happens to you. To go outside what your charge was and to try to solve everything yourself is dangerous. Nothing makes a person happier than having a happy heart. Men don't need linguistic talent. They just need courage and words. Nothing happens until something moves. Too many doubts grow in the cracks of silence and separation. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. A whetstone, though it cannot cut, may sharpen a knife that will. In business, professionalism is not a tactic but a moral value. Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. Chaos is more freedom, in fact, total freedom, but no meaning. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. Those whose upper and lower ranks have the same desire are victorious. Either in conflict with others or in harmony with them, we go through life like a runaway horse, unable to stop. You show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker. Colors blind the eye, sounds deafen the ear, flavors numb the taste, thoughts weaken the mind, desires wither the heart. It's not whether you got knocked down, it's whether you get back up. Some things you hear with your ears, others you hear with your heart. It is better for the heart to break than not to break. So long as you fight the darkness, you stand in the light. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Things joined by profit, when pressed by misfortune and danger, will cast each other aside. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. I'm not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. I finally figured out the only reason to be alive is to enjoy it. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. I've never seen anything as bright as the rays of kindness. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. And regulation entails organizational effectiveness, a chain of command, and a structure for logistical support. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. But the truth doesn't need to be known or believed to be true. If a general shows confidence in his men, but always insists on his orders being obeyed, the gain will be mutual. I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey. I only want to write, and there's no college for that, except life. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. The sidelines may be safer, but life is played on the field. Only knowledge can turn life's unbearableness into a weapon. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. Sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged. All men know the use of the useful, but nobody knows the use of the useless. True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. Great results can be achieved with small forces. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this. In fact, the truth cannot be communicated until it is perceived. Start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Money is better than poverty, if only for financial reasons. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Celebrate true friends. They are a part of you that always sparkles. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. Conformity to the present is invisibility to the future. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. If you fuel your journey on the opinions of others, you are going to run out of gas. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Most often, you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. If thinking should precede acting, then acting must succeed thinking.